that championship before you had pubes and you had boobs.
Huh.
That's not very PG, I feel like.
It seems like they're crossing a line a little bit.
Yeah.
Even what Triple H said earlier.
Posey O'Donnell.
It says I'm live, but I'm not live. What the shit is going on? Piece of shit ass shit. Yeah. What's up, everybody? I guess I am live, huh? John Cena just destroyed it on the mic. Are you watching Roman Reigns? Holy crap. The reason why I'm so late going live is because I haven't even started. I'm only halfway through SmackDown right now myself, so I'm kind of commentating as it goes along. And I'll tell you what. Triple H came out and destroyed it, man. He was like playing, Triple H was like being a smark, and then breaking kayfabe, sort of like twinkle toes in it, and then going right back into character at times, like bringing the rope back. It was really bizarre. What a strange opening promo by Triple H. I mean, it was all over the map in different ways for different reasons. I liked it. It was just really weird. And then at the end, with the whole announcement that there's going to be some announcement Monday, I got to say, guys, as much as I've been for Daniel Bryan and against Roman Reigns and all this stuff, I find it a little pathetic that the WWE, if they do it the same way, if they end up putting Bryan in the match, I think that's pathetic, that they screwed up twice and did this. I hope they understand that Daniel Bryan has to win the Rumble next year now. Because you've created something now. People are not going to stop this until Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble. Now, Triple H could say, we're going to have, since that triple threat match the other night was so amazing, we've decided at WWE to make this year's match a triple threat as well. And we're going to have a battle royal tonight for that spot. And then Daniel Bryan wins that battle royal. You know? The other thing I could see out of that is you think that they're setting up Daniel Bryan to win that battle royal, and that Triple H was doing this great thing, and then actually one of Triple H guys wins it, like Seth Rollins wins it, and now he inserts Seth Rollins into the match instead. I could totally see WWE pretending that they were gonna seemingly put Bryan in the match. And then all of a sudden, another heel enters the match. Because they may be worried that they don't know who the heel is. When maybe Reigns gets half and half applause, Brock Lesnar gets half and half applause, but they may feel they need to put a heavy heel in there. Maybe by then Roman Reigns will become a heavy heel. But I don't know. There are so many things to take out of what Triple H said. But then again, me and Dead on Dave went down this path before Royal Rumble with all these wild-eyed ideas about what they could do at Royal Rumble, and then none of it happened. None of it happened. So I'm not that excited about it. But I'm still going to speculate because I can't help it, and this is what we do. So I've got all these ideas. Will they do it? I don't know. The Ascension's out right now. Roman Reigns and Big Show's match wasn't very good. I wasn't entertained by that for the most part. I was entertained by Reigns getting booed because it's the only interesting thing is to watch Reigns get booed because everything is so bad. That Superman punch is just stupid. It was cool when it was cool a little bit when he first started doing it, but now it's becoming ridiculous. There are some times where it looks awesome, but most of the time it just looks stupid. And it's not wrestling. It looks dumb. However, you can't resist the temptation to pull off a move that's like that. You know, that's called the Superman punch. The way he does it, his hair, he looks like he's... part of me hates it, and the other part of me loves it. So I don't know. I mean, Hulk Hogan's move was a damn leg drop for years. Forever. His finishing maneuver was a damn leg drop. And I grew up loving it as a kid. So, I mean, who am I now to say the Superman punch is lame when as a kid I enjoyed Hulk Hogan dropping a leg down on somebody? Dude, a leg drop. So I totally understand where people might come from and saying that, you know, you're ridiculous, Joe. I mean, come on, it's awesome. He's cool. I totally understand. I'm actually more in the middle than you think. I just don't like being told what to do. And it's so hard to figure out whether the WWE's planned all this all along for some reason. And then the other thing is that, no, they're totally screwed and they're scrambling now and they didn't know what they were doing. There's two ways of looking at it. I think somebody like Dave Rose would believe that the WWE screwed themselves, but I'm kind of like, I'm a little bit skeptical. I never really know what to believe. Guys, click the like button if you're watching right now. I do appreciate you guys here. Impromptu SmackDown review right now. I didn't expect to be doing this, but I just was like, screw it, we're live. Let's go. Let's do it. I got to get up for work early, but whatever. I don't know where Dave Rose has been. You know, we didn't take a lot of calls from him recently, and I don't know. Hopefully he's not dead. No, he's here, though. I know. He's always listening. He waits for his spots, you know, and he's been kind of trying to let everybody else call up. Like the other night, he wasn't going to call in because he wanted, you know, newer callers to get in. Instead, we got crazy prank callers and everything went nuts. By the way, guys, I made that song about Roman Reigns the other day, and some dude, I forget, I'll give him credit in a second, but some dude went and made a different version of it. He cut it and stuff. And it's awesome. It's actually really funny. Jigsaw's puppet made it. And I'm going to play it for you in a minute and show it to you because he edited it. It's hilarious. And anyway, so SmackDown opened up awesome. I'm watching the casket match right now. Daniel Bryan trying to force Kane into the casket. You know, if Daniel Bryan puts Kane in that casket, we may never see Kane again. And Kane moving gingerly towards Bryan, a drop toe hold into the top turnbuckle pad. It went Kane's nose. Daniel Bryan with a boot to the side of the head now. Man, Kane is pasty, I'll tell you that. Sorry, that's all I can do. Bryan's beating him down. This ended up actually being like, I thought we were going to get some kind of epic thing. This ended up actually kind of just being like SmackDown Live. It really was. It was like SmackDown Live. It would have been cool if they went 3 hours, but I'm sure that's not their call. I mean, Sci-Fi has nothing to do with the fact that there was a snowed-in Raw event. Wonder if somebody can get sued because they said it was Monday Night Raw, you know, on SmackDown on Sci-Fi. I mean, I don't know. False advertisement? I don't know. Network's not happy about it? I don't know. Now Kane trying to throw Daniel Bryan in the casket. Daniel Bryan drop kick Kane out of the ring. And not into the casket. Bryan off the rope. Kane climbing back up and gets out of the way. You guys probably remember that. You watched it earlier. Man, I just had some Wendy's. I feel like I'm going to throw up on myself, I'll tell you. Wendy's tastes great when you're eating it. And then like about 3 seconds, when there's like 10% left of a sandwich, you start to realize you made a mistake. You made a mistake, bro. All right, guys, let's talk about the rest of SmackDown and some of the other news around wrestling. When we get back in just a second, I will be right back after this. Food Chain, the all-new album from Sean Danielson, lead singer of Smile Empty Soul. Now he's going on a solo tour with his second solo EP, Food Chain. Download it now on iTunes. Listen to the interview with Sean Danielson on JoeCroninShow.com or SoundCloud or on iTunes. Guys, welcome back. The first leg of Sean's tour. He actually got underway tonight with his first leg of the tour. I think he's in Little Rock, Arkansas. He has said that he is happy. I might be handing him some merchandise of mine to give out at his shows. That way, if anybody who listens to me and wants to go to his show does so, you know, he has my stuff there to give you. I'm working on that, actually. He hasn't. We haven't talked back and forth about it yet. But you can go see him right now on tour. He's probably in a town near you. And real quick, I want to pull that up because it's... you should check him out. Man, Big Show, slower and slower. I mean, he's just... Everyone... It's funny that that they put Big Show and Kane at the end of that Royal Rumble match because you knew they're like some of the most hated right now. Because... Mostly because, you know... They just don't... They can't move well anymore. We're kind of sick of them, to be honest. I mean, there's going to come a day in a few years if Kane or Big Show aren't on TV anymore, that when they come back, they're going to get revered. I mean, they're going to get a standing ovation, and people are going to love Big Show, love Kane, and remember what... I mean, we really will do that. But right now, we've just had enough. They're moving slow. The product is PG, so that's inherently slow. The whole thing is just slow and childish, and anybody over the age of 14 is not enjoying most of this, as far as I'm concerned. Because 14-year-old me, 13-year-old me was running around telling people to suck it, okay? 14-year-old me was telling everybody to suck it. And I was watching Shawn Michaels pretend to give BJs on Monday Night Raw to people, women coming out getting naked, blood, people getting cut, chair shots to the head that... I'll tell you what. Nowadays, they talk about how you could never do chair shots to the head and how bad those were and the concussions. At the time, I didn't know. I was like, are they doing something that I don't know about to stop these chair shots from hurting? Because these are out of control. These guys are getting tooled in the head. And you can go look up some 1997, 1998 chair shots. Even into the 2000s, actually, 2001, 2. People were getting rammed, reamed, clobbered, waffled in the head with chair shots. It was freaking crazy. And you know, that doesn't... You're not going to see that anymore, and I can see the point of why you wouldn't do it. But anyway, Sean Danielson's lineup is right here. So check it out if you live in any of these areas. You can tell him when you get there, if you hang out with him, you listen to the songs and whatever else. Most likely playing smaller places for you guys. Just tell him, you know, Joe Cronin. You heard him on Joe Cronin Show and came to check him out, show him some love, buy the CD, or just hang out, whatever. I don't know. He's a cool dude. He's crazy. He talked to us on the show. Our interview with Sean is up now at JoeCroninShow.com or right here on YouTube, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, or on SoundCloud and iTunes. He's in Juanita's in Little Rock, Arkansas tonight. Tomorrow, he's going to be in Dallas, Texas at the Liquid Lounge in Dallas, Texas. So all you Dallas guys out there, Liquid Lounge, tell him Joe Cronin sent you. He's a cool guy. He wants to meet all the Joe Cronin fans and all, you know, his actual fans, but maybe you're both. Corpus Christi, Texas at Bone Shakers. And then on February 2nd, Louisiana at the Brick House. You can read them all up there. Check and see if you're on that list. He's going to have another part of the tour too. But there's the beginning half of it. I'm just promoting him because he's a cool guy and he came on and did an interview with us. And I'm going to be seeing him in May, and I'm probably going to film it and be there live or something like that, so look for that. But going back, Triple H kicked off tonight's WWE SmackDown with some interesting news. He said he's going to put an end to the controversy, and it's coming on Raw. I swear to God to you, though, if this doesn't have something to do with Daniel Bryan, even if it's a screw job on Daniel Bryan, if this has to do with, like, Curtis Axel, I'm going to throw up on myself. Now, maybe the controversy is because Curtis Axel never entered the Rumble stopped at that point. And I don't remember what point that was. If Bryan had been in already, I don't even remember. But maybe it's got something to do with Curtis Axel. But if he ends up coming out and saying Curtis Axel was never eliminated, and then Roman Reigns faces Curtis Axel because of that, I mean, I'm going to be angry, man. I mean, that is a... You came out here, didn't give these people something cool, other than... Actually, his speech was something cool, but didn't give these people that special announcement or moment. But you're going to come out next week, and it was actually a troll job. So that better not be a troll job. Voices20 says, I know this won't be an announcement, sadly, but I wish the announcement was the WWE is splitting into 2 brands again. I hope they don't do that again. I can't deal with that. This by no means is what I want. The Rock is going to be involved in the main event as either The Rock in Reigns' corner or as a special guest referee. Wow, that would be terrible. There was another rumor WWE could go back to TV 14. That would curve all negative promotion since the Rumble. That's true. They would do that if they went back to TV 14. I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. I mean, although tonight it was interesting on SmackDown, they did push the envelope a little bit with some of the speech, some of the lingo, some of the language they were using. There was a lot of sexual references and talking about balls and all that stuff. And it makes you wonder if maybe WWE isn't thinking about doing something. But I've had enough of guessing if they're going to go back to TV 14. It's obvious to me that they have to, that they should, that the crowd is dead. This right now, if I walked into Vince McMahon's office, if I walked into Triple H's office, I would look them dead in the eye and I would say, I'll tell you what this era reminds me of, guys. You know what it reminds me of? Audio problems at WrestleMania 11 and Big Daddy Cool can't get the lines out. It reminds me of the sexy boy dancing around and the ratings at their all-time low. Now, I wasn't one of those people. I loved Shawn Michaels back then, and I watched everything he did, but the rest of the company was dead. It was all dead. You know, everyone talks about Shawn Michaels being the reason why they were failing. I don't think so. I think when Shawn Michaels was on top with the title, Shawn Michaels was the only good thing. Everything else was not good. Bret Hart was leaving a bunch. He was having bizarre matches. His match with Bob Backlund is one of his worst matches I've ever seen, which is weird because he has so many good ones. He never has a bad match usually. You know, I mean, you had The Undertaker. I think he'd been injured a couple times around that time. But it was really Shawn Michaels trying to carry it against, like, you know, they had Vader, and actually that was a pretty cool deal. But then that was it. It was like, what, Aldo Montoya? You know, this guy, that guy. It was all jobber people everywhere. Goofy characters. They were still in that weird phase. And then they had Sid Justice finally. They brought in Psycho Sid. Well, they brought in Psycho Sid actually before Shawn Michaels' boy toy run. They brought him in previous. But just all that stuff, that whole time was a bizarre time. I think it ended at WrestleMania 10. A lot of people want to say it started at WrestleMania 9 or started at WrestleMania 8. I mean, you can say that, but I enjoyed WrestleMania 8. It was a hell of a program. And then WrestleMania 9 was cool because it was outside. It was kind of cool. I mean, people are mad that Hogan won the title. I thought that was a cool little twist. You know, that's one of those things where I can understand Bret Hart being mad. And honestly, that's the type of thing nowadays that the fans would boo if Hulk Hogan had won that title. And maybe a lot of fans at home did at that time. But because I was a kid, I was excited that Hogan won it. And maybe as a kid, now all these kids are excited that Reigns won it. And they don't care about the politics or who should win or whatever. All they care about is their hero, their guy's Reigns, and they like him. But right now, I feel like the adult audience is louder than the kids. And some of the kids feel the same way. And then the teenagers see this Attitude Era stuff, and they're like, we want this. Why can't we get our Attitude Era? Well, you're not going to get it because there's no WCW. There's no way, unless some company came about and threatened to take over WWE, they'd never be forced into doing this. And actually, the WWE is in the position that WCW was in back in the day. When WWE started taking things to the extreme and getting getting I don't know, like sitcom, what's the word for it? Graphic, getting edgy, going over the line. even though WWE was going over the line, like WCW set the bar with the gang warfare stuff and NWO, and that seemed so cool and real, but then WWE just went overboard with it, and that's what people wanted, and that's why they won. But WCW could never match that because WWE was owned by Turner. And Turner and all these corporate people and everyone had their hands in it, and eventually you can't do that on TV. You can't do that on our program, but the WWE could do it because they were independent, they had the support of USA Network mostly, and they weren't public, and they didn't have shareholders, and they didn't have corporate ties, they didn't have political ties. Their wings were free. They were free to spread their wings and do whatever they wanted. And WCW wasn't. So WCW hit a wall with what they could do eventually. WWE busted that wall wide open, and they won. But guess what? If there was another company now, say TNA, who can't seem to figure out that they can do something, get the concert dates. They're going away now, guys. Thanks for looking at them. If a company came out now and realized they could do anything they wanted and take on the WWE, that would be the smartest thing that any other company could do. But nobody's done it. Nobody's done it. TNA was PG-14, TV-14, and they gave us pseudo-gang warfare goofballism. If I was in charge of TNA, and then I got somebody with some money to help me out, we would take over. We would make a hell of a push, I'll tell you that. You could do it. You get CM Punk went to UFC to fight for real. You could have signed CM Punk in your wrestling organization. CM Punk, we're going to make you the top guy, period. You are going to make a ton of money. We're going to give you 50% of the merchandise, whatever it is. Either give him all the merchandise almost and don't pay him a ton, or give him a huge contract and give him a portion of the... Whatever you got to do to get CM Punk. Get CM Punk. Are you kidding me? There is no doubt in my mind that the commodity, the way to compete with WWE was to get CM Punk. I don't care how many people say, oh, it wouldn't have mattered. They had Jeff Hardy. They had this. They didn't have CM Punk. I don't care if TNA had Kurt Angle. Most of the wrestling fans, anybody younger who's watching WWE doesn't even know about Kurt Angle now. He's already past it. But CM Punk they knew about. He was the commodity. If I had any kind of money and had a mind and worked at TNA, I would have got CM Punk. And we would have started the wars again. And I would have made sure I signed with a network, and I would have said, remember what WCW did? We're going to do that same thing. We're going to make a lot of money. You got it? And maybe if they'd gotten CM Punk, Spike would have kept him too. And then they started to change their format a little bit. I don't know why I'm not working at one of these places. We would have done something with CM Punk. But WWE wouldn't have been able to necessarily compete with it the same way, because not only are they PG, but even if they did go TV-14, they can't even come close to doing what they used to do, because they have to be careful, because there's investors, there's stockholders, there's deals with children's networks, there's deals with action figures, there's deals with Nickelodeon. Hey, buddy. Love you. And they got to be careful. We'll be right back in just a second. We'll keep talking about this and Monday Night Raw coming up. And what else is going on, you know? I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll be right back. And Daniel Bryan just tooled Kane, by the way. Do you love Dead on Dave? Joe Cronin Show's co-host. Well, he's got his own channel, The Dead on Dave on YouTube. That's right, youtube.com/The Dead on Dave. He has awesome guests from time to time. He talks wrestling every single day. And guess what? If you're a fan of Tommy C from A Shot from the Point, one of the guys that's on Monetize This on the Joe Cronin Show, you know Tommy C? He laughs like a crazy person? That's right. Well, guess what? Shot from the Point is your hockey show. It's your sports take. It's your guy, Tommy C, Shot from the Point. Check it out. Want your show advertised here? Want your Twitter advertised here? Your ad could be here. Go to joecroninshow.com and click the advertise button, select a plan, and pay for it. Or just email at Joe Cronin Show. Go for it. JoeCroninShow@yahoo.com. and we'll get right to planning your advertisements on the website, the videos, or a commercial during the broadcast. Just let us know. Joe Cronin Show at yahoo.com.
All right. Thank you all for coming down. I know you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with us. We appreciate that. We are Luna Support.
Cobalt, the new CD from Luna Support, and the new full-length album now available at lunasupport.com or on iTunes. Luna Support has just completed the release of their second full-length studio album entitled Cobalt. The latest release was recorded and mixed with Zach Phillips at Freak Lab in Motor Studio San Francisco. It consists of 11 hard-rocking songs, and Luna Support is proud and excited to be able to unleash it into the world and to all of the rock fans globally. Guys, this music is in your face. It's flirtatious. It's exciting. It's on fire. And frankly, it's raw. And that's right up my alley. Visit joecroninshow.com for more on Luna Support, or just visit lunasupport.com if you want to hear the rest of their songs or this song, City of Lights. Go to Luna Support right now. You can listen to all those songs right there on their website. Check them out and tell them Joe Cronin sent you. Welcome back, guys. So the Daniel Bryan's still wrestling with Kane. I still haven't quite seen the end of Raw SmackDown, whatever you call this. Kane's tapping out or something right now. No, you gotta put him in the casket. I'm pretty sure Daniel Bryan's gonna win. I don't know how far this has gone in. I thought it'd be over by now. Maybe I miscalculated what the deal was. Kevin's like, what match is this? Why does it look like my face is glowing? Turn the brightness down a little bit. There we go. So, what else do we got? There was a spoiler from TNA. If anybody cares about it, Drew McIntyre made his debut in TNA. And I won't actually tell you what happened. You guys can watch it. February 20th is when it's expected to air. They were in Scotland tonight, which is his hometown, so, or his home country town. It's all like little towns over there in Europe, right? You know what I'm talking about. Manchester United. Huh? Let's Daniel Bryan's hair. He's turned into a lion with a lion's mane as he drop kicks Kane, who folds himself, oh, Kane is terrible. Oh my God, that was awful.
Let me get my arms in.
Oh my God. Oh my God, man. Kane gets knocked into the casket and then he shuffles and makes sure his hands are crossing like he's dead. Oh my God. That was awful. That is the worst fall into it. That's worse. That's not even, I mean, go talk to that Richie Paradise. Go talk to Richie Paradise from the wrestling, the indie wrestling match that I commentated over. That dude knew how to get into the casket. Watch it. They're showing a replay of it. Oh my God, he lays down. Oh my God, it's terrible. Leah's losing her mind.
He's like this. He's like, oh wait.
That was like middle school when you built a casket and pretended to have a casket match. Oh my God, that was terrible. Oh my God, kill yourself. Man, Kane, that was the worst. That's the worst bump into a casket I've ever seen. What is wrong with Kane? Oh my God, man! I'll tell you what, you guys, if you didn't see it, you got to go back and watch Kane go into that casket as he got nailed. Daniel Bryan told him. Sometimes they don't get hit right and they fall into the casket and it looks dumb. But no, Daniel Bryan told him. Then he falls into the casket. And all he had to do was go limp and fall into the casket. But instead, he kind of like lands in the casket and then sits himself down. Then gets his hands positioned and rubs his bum back and forth to make sure he's in there. What the hell was that, dude? What?
Is there a door open?
I don't know. Go check.
It's like insanely cold over here.
Go check. Is that the end of Raw, by the way? I mean, SmackDown? It's not 3 hours, right? They didn't do that, right? I'm not crazy. Okay, good. It's not. All right. I was like, wait a minute. What happened? That is terrible. That is absolutely asinine. That guy gets paid money. Pay me money. I'll take a dive. They don't even care. They don't care about good. That's what's funny. Somebody said something about NXT wrestlers and how good they were. Oh, wow, you should have seen how good Reigns was. I think it might have been Dead on Dave that said it. Like, well, you know, you should have seen him in the indies. That's why I'm excited to see what Reigns can do. Dude, I'm not excited because it doesn't matter how good he was in the indies. Every single guy that comes up from the indies gets his nuts chopped off. So you're not going to see Roman Reigns from the indies, Dead on Dave, my co-host. You're going to get Roman Reigns, WWE Cartoon Man. You know? You're not going to get Paige from NXT. You're not going to get the Ascension from NXT. You're not going to get anybody from NXT. You're going to get the WWE version of NXT people. You're going to get Charlotte rolling up in a small package and losing to Natalya, who couldn't beat anybody at the time, and Charlotte beat her in an amazing match in NXT. You're going to get WWE versions of NXT, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Kenta or... God, I don't even know what his name is now. What's his name now? Somebody write it in the comments section because I can't remember what his name is now. All I can think of is Shofunaki for some reason. But Kenta, or whatever his new name is, if he comes up to the WWE, it doesn't matter because everything he did in NXT and did before, he's not allowed to do in the WWE. So, sorry. Lauren Darkin says, anybody who's saying Roman Reigns was good in the Indies did not watch Roman Reigns. I agree. I didn't see Reigns do much in the Indies. You know, I got to be honest. Dave, Dead on Dave's going to kill me. I hope he's watching this, and I hope he watches this. I almost think you're just trying to sound like you know something more about, like you're smarter than everyone or something. Like, you know what I mean? I watched him in the Indies. I don't know what I never saw anything amazing. You know, I mean, I saw that he was like, he's going to be something. He'll be up in the WWE, I thought. But I didn't think, damn, you know, this guy, you know, I thought that with like Sami Zayn. I've thought that with Kevin Owens. I've thought that with Paige. I've thought that with Charlotte. I've thought that with Sasha Banks. I've thought that with lots of people. But I never thought like, wow, Roman Reigns is amazing right now. No, I always kind of just thought, well, he'll be in the WWE because look what he looks like. And look at what we got. And Eddie N says Reigns' finisher in the Indies was crap. Sean Bonner says, why did they scrap Elimination Chamber? Sean, does anybody watch my videos anymore? I feel like a lot of people don't watch my videos anymore because in every video, I get a comment about something that I answered in a video. By the way, if you're not subscribed to Joe Cronin Show, you have to go over to my real YouTube and subscribe to Joe Cronin Show because that's where I post all my videos. I barely come on here. And soon we're going to be able to go live from there again, and I won't be going live from here, so make sure you're over there. No, dude, Hell in a Cell cannot take place, according to Stephanie McMahon, because they can't fit the cell in the buildings. They can't fit the cell in the goddamn buildings. How about that for news? How'd they fit it all those times before? That's what Leah says. Can you not do, what am I? Oh, I'm sorry, Elimination Chamber. What was I saying? Hell in the Cell? I'm in Elimination Chamber. I do that sometimes. It's all cages and shit. But if they can't fit Elimination Chamber, does that mean they also can't fit Hell in a Cell? I think it's the specific arena that they can't fit Elimination Chamber into. Wherever Fastlane is, I don't remember now. Now, it may be that other places they could have, but I don't know. They did away with it either way, and now we get a lame pay-per-view. Remember how much fun? This is the death. This is the death of it, guys. There it goes. Hope you enjoyed the run. I enjoyed very much. I think the other reason they're not doing it, by the way, is because Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar is not at Fastlane, there's another answer to it. That may be the real answer. You can't have Elimination Chamber because Brock Lesnar's not going to be there. They didn't pay him for it. So if he's not booked to be there, if they can't do it. They can't do it, and they don't want to do it without him because that looks stupid. And if they do Fastlane, then the Brock doesn't have to be there. Now, it sucks for us because it was always the Royal Rumble was the best thing about the road to WrestleMania. And then the next best thing was that we could still have an exciting Elimination Chamber, and we don't know who the champion's going to be going into WrestleMania. And part of me always didn't like that the champion didn't stay the champion long enough. I didn't like the fact that Elimination Chamber usually there could be a good chance that he loses it, and then you get this build between two guys, and this guy just won the title. I always kind of didn't like that. So that is the positive of this, but it was exciting. It meant exciting Royal Rumble, exciting Elimination Chamber, and bam, it's WrestleMania time, baby. But now it's Royal Rumble, Fastlane, WrestleMania. Royal Rumble, Fastlane, WrestleMania. I mean, I can only imagine Vince in the back during that, like, we're going to call it, something, Triple H, why don't you come here? When I think of the road to WrestleMania, I think of a long journey down the road, down the highway. But when you're one pay-per-view away from WrestleMania, you have to move over from cruise control and get yourself into the fast lane, and you go 90 miles an hour all the way to WrestleMania. Yeah, I can see Triple H. I can see Vince McMahon just going crazy and doing that. Man, something about the funny thing is he does that. And I love that, by the way, because I'm like that. I do that when we're talking about my show. If I was running WWE, there's no chance in hell I wouldn't be freaking out about creating a superstar and you're going to be the Rock Soldier. And I probably have an erection, too, running around telling everybody what they were going to do. So I can relate to McMahon in that. I get it. I'd get that excited, too. But the problem is, and it's funny looking back, especially I watched that thing the other day and about the Red Rooster just being one of the worst gimmicks. And the Red Rooster and putting the freaking the mohawk on the Red Rooster's head and how ridiculous Terry Taylor looked in that thing, and how much he didn't want to be there. And the funniest thing is that, Vince McMahon was behind this thing. Some people think like, oh no, there's no way Vince McMahon would, want somebody to put a freaking flock of red flowers on their head and call themselves the Red Rooster. Yes, he did. You saw it in that WWE film from 1998 or whatever, Beyond the Mat, which was an amazing movie. If you have not seen Beyond the Mat, you need to see Beyond the Mat. But in Beyond the Mat, Darren Drozdov, who's going to be a wrestler in the WWE and was a wrestler before he actually got paralyzed falling out of the ring. And this was a guy who was on mainstream TV, Darren Drozdov. He was called Puke because he threw up. And he fell over the top rope at a house show and broke his neck, and he was paralyzed. And it was an awful story. And at the end of the movie, they had a little thing for that, saying he was paralyzed. But in the movie, you're watching his career begin. And he's sitting around a table with Jim Ross and Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon is talking about his character. And I mean, Vince is making these creepy faces like, are you going to get sick? Are you going to get sick? You're going to get sick? He's going to puke! He's going to puke! And Vince is just losing it, getting all into this character and getting psyched up. So if you're not all in, I mean, Vince is all in. Vince is all in on the freaking Rooster. I mean, Terry Taylor in that video talks about Vince McMahon walking around and clucking and shaking his neck around. You're gonna be the rooster. You're gonna be the rooster. It's like, oh my God. Can you picture this guy in the back? I love McMahon. He's committed. But I was in stitches laughing my ass off thinking about McMahon creating this character. It's great. But it's not as funny anymore, I don't think. I feel like I don't know if there are. I'm very reluctant about things because I don't know how much they know and how much they don't know and how much they want us to think they don't know and how much they think that we. I mean, tonight they did a lot of, like, flirting with kayfabe and almost breaking the fourth wall in a way. Like, just, they were really commentating on what happened in Philly. And part of me most of me believes that they didn't know this was going to happen, or I know. Wait a minute, I back that up. I know they knew this was going to happen, but they sent The Rock out there. They knew it was going to happen. It was in Philly. They sent The Rock out there to protect good old Roman Reigns, and now they're freaked out because they made a mistake. But the other way to look at it is they knew this was going to happen, and they did it on purpose to get heat so they could do this. But I don't know if I believe that either. There are so many different ways to go about it, and the only one that knows is Triple H and Vince McMahon and everybody back there. And I wish I would suck. I don't know what I would do to be a fly on the wall in the back to find out the actual answers to this. Somebody asked me the other day, what would you ask Triple H if he was on your podcast? The first thing I would ask him, what happened last year? Did you guys go in expecting to have Daniel Bryan in the main event? I want to know exactly what happened last year. And if they can answer me what happened last year, I got a pretty good idea what happened this year. Wouldn't you love to know exactly what they were thinking last year? I mean, here's the thing. Is it possible they were so out of touch last year, so committed to Batista, that they went with what they did despite what was going on with the fans? And then they had to pull audible and put Daniel Bryan in? And he missed the Rumble because of it? And now this year, they were like, okay, well, we did that. Now we don't need to put him in the Rumble. We can put him in the Rumble, and whatever. Some people will be upset, but the crowd's starting to like Roman Reigns. And then that didn't happen. I mean, is it really possible that they screwed up twice? Because now what WWE has done, even if they did a Battle Royal on Monday, and Daniel Bryan was going to win that, and if they think that is going to stop the fans next year in the Rumble from being upset, you got another thing coming, my friend. Daniel Bryan needed to win a Rumble. So they really screwed up because they should have gotten that out of the way. Give Daniel Bryan his WrestleMania 30 win. Okay. Now this year, give him the proper win, the Royal Rumble win, the main event match. Maybe he does it again. He wins again. Does the same thing. Then Seth can cash in eventually or whatever. And then next year, you can make it seem like it's Bryan's time again, and then bam, someone drops him, and it's heel time. Then the audience, I think, would buy it because they were like, okay, we saw Bryan do it twice. And then when whoever is you're going to be your biggest heel or next heel or whatever drops Bryan, people get heat. You get heat on that guy because there's nowhere else to go anymore. The WWE pushed Bryan in WrestleMania 30. The WWE gave him the Royal Rumble win the next year and pushed him in the main event again. And now it's the third year. Time for something different to happen. I don't have a problem with that. I think you would have serviced all the fans the right way, given Roman Reigns more time, and by then, I'd be sick of Bryan going to the main event and doing that, I think, too. And I think that would have worked out better for everybody. So, I mean, I can't wait to find out if this announcement on Monday is going to be BS or if it's going to be something that is actually groundbreaking. Luis A. Mendez says, reports are WWE expected Bryan not winning to be unpopular, but we're surprised how unpopular Roman Reigns winning was. That's true. See, but I think this is the WWE's fault because let me tell you something, guys. I'm a fan watching, 30 years old, and I knew they got something with Reigns. They got something here. But the bell didn't go off in my head and say, this guy's the guy. That never happened. That has not happened yet with Reigns. It never has with Reigns. I always thought this guy's going to be something, and right now he's got some good momentum, but he's not the guy yet. He can't be the guy they run with yet. I had said I think Daniel Bryan needs to go up against Brock Lesnar, David versus Goliath. That's got to happen. And then Daniel Bryan winning the Rumble makes him look badass. Brock Lesnar has clearly looking badass, and you can't get any cooler than Daniel Bryan taking him out. All this stuff now about believability. I don't believe that Daniel Bryan could be Bryan. It's fake. It's goddamn fake. You don't believe that Daniel Bryan could not be eliminated by the Big Show in the Rumble, not be eliminated by Kane in the Rumble, not be eliminated by Roman Reigns in the Rumble, not be eliminated by all the other people in the Rumble. You believe that Daniel Bryan can survive 30 other men in a Royal Rumble, but you don't believe that he can take out Brock Lesnar? A guy who's lost to Cena? Brock Lesnar has lost to John Cena. Granted, they've built up Brock Lesnar by making him beat Cena 3 times, but Brock Lesnar has lost to Cena. Daniel Bryan has beaten Cena. So this crap about Daniel Bryan, I don't believe he can beat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar lost to a small guy in UFC. For a real fight, Brock Lesnar lost to a smaller guy. It doesn't freaking matter. Okay? I believe he can do it. Shawn Michaels beat Diesel. Shawn Michaels beat Razor. Shawn Michaels beat Vader. Shawn Michaels beat Yokozuna. By your standards, nobody should have beaten Yokozuna except Hulk Hogan. So, don't tell me. And Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant, by the way. Andre the Giant was gigantic. Don't tell me that Daniel Bryan can't slam Brock Lesnar, that can't beat Brock Lesnar, because the size of Daniel Bryan to Brock Lesnar is the equivalent size of Hulk Hogan to Andre the Giant. Do the math. Do the percentages. Don't tell me that Daniel Bryan isn't believable. That's garbage and stupid. I hate that. That's why, well, now we got Roman Reigns. Is everybody happy? Because you know something? The WWE, Vince McMahon and them are in the back. They're thinking, I don't believe that Daniel Bryan could beat him either. But they'll do it if the fans want it. Vince might say, I don't think that that's really something I would do, but that's what they want. There you go. I know he would do that. So it's just, I hate that argument. I hate that argument. John Cena's friends with a murderer. That's what Matt Duffy says. HBK beat Sid. That's right. HBK beat a lot. I hate that argument. I hope that everybody that is on that argument watches this and realizes they're wrong. It's not about, and people cling to this stuff like you wouldn't believe. Like, I've seen the comments. I've been battling with this one guy all week. In fact, I'm going to go find his comments. I hope he's watching tonight. I've been battling with him all week about how he thinks Reigns is better and all this crap. Listen, I like Reigns, but you can't. He's telling me that Roman Reigns cuts better promos than Daniel Bryan. What? First of all, Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns aren't good promos either of them. But at least Daniel Bryan's are serious. They're boring, but they're serious. He has a clear-cut idea of what he's saying. They're concise, they're serious, they're boring. That's it. Roman Reigns is like talking about rainbows, cocking his arm, doing a Superman punch faster than a speeding bullet. I declare suffering succotash. All this dog shit that I don't care about. So no, Daniel Bryan's better at promos. Roman Reigns isn't. That's a fact, not opinion. Fact, not opinion. 315, what's up?
It's Joe. Joe?
It is Joe, baby. What's up?
What's up, baby Joe? What's on, man? I'm watching a freaking rematch of the Royal Rumble. What do you think about the Roman Reigns joint?
Oh, I was just cutting on him. He's not a very good promo. He's not the best wrestler, and I think I enjoy Roman Reigns. I think he's definitely got to be here, and I like him. But they made a mistake. They screwed him by making him win that Rumble the other night.
Well, Billy Bryan was out for a long time, even though he's banging Hot Brie Bella. But you know what I'm saying, he's got to earn his way back. What do you think about that?
Well, I think they could have helped him earn his way back if he won the Royal Rumble. You know.
Yeah, no doubt. How about what do you think about the CM Punk in UFC? We think he's gonna net the fuck out?
I mean, I don't know who they're gonna. It looks like November is when he's gonna be performing, when he's gonna fight in the UFC. I think that whatever match he has first will be a safe match, and I will be watching that first match like a hawk because you'll know right away what's going on. If the other guy takes it easy and there's a lot of grappling, you know there's something sketchy up. But if these guys are going to have to make me believe CM Punk's going to have to get brutalized or in turn brutalize somebody else for me to believe that this is the real deal and not some kind of cash grab, I don't want to see too much grappling is what I'm saying. Like I could see that and it ending with, CM Punk's not really beat up. The other guy's not really beat up, but there, you know what I mean? There's a lot of grappling, wrestling, and takedowns, you know?
Yeah, what happens if he gets ass whooped by like a rookie or something, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be...
hey, put me in there with him. I'm going to be in his weight class, so let's go.
What's that, 205?
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think Punk's going to be at? 205, or is he going to cut down to middleweight, or what do you think he's going to be? He's no damn heavyweight. He's only 217 on a paper on WWE, right?
He might be able to get down to 200, but that's that's a weird weight. Like I'm 200. I'm 200 pounds right now almost. I'm 197, and for his size, he's bigger than he seems. You know, obviously, like in person, his thighs are huge. Like I've stood next to him. I'm like, I'm almost Daniel Bryan's size, and CM Punk, for him to get down to that skinny amount, I mean, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, that's horrible. Now, what do you think about that McGregor fight? Was that awesome in Boston?
Dude, that was great. I didn't see it until a week later, though, because I was doing shit like all night and that whole day, and it was around like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I forget what time the fight started, but I missed it. But until the week after I saw it, it was great. I wish I was there. I would have gone to it.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
We love your show. We love your shows, Joe. You know who this is?
Is this Angry Dad?
It's Angry Dad, buddy.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I knew it was you because I saw that 315. I knew the New York was calling me.
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
I know you told me you were going to saw my chest and like eat my insides and shit. It was funny.
Yeah, well, it's all about the goddamn thing on the the lock me in a thing and whack me or something. I loved it, so I had to respond to that.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, no, it probably backfired. You thought I was gonna flip out or something, but I was just I was all out of juice, you know. And then I was I was afraid I was gonna get murdered actually, because you were talking about eating me in a bathroom or something. It was weird.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It was cool. It's a long message. I like your thing though. But hold on, talk to freaking BWF. My son wants to say what's up. Hold up.
All right, man.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, man? I like that you guys
Can I ask you a couple WWE questions?
Yeah, sure.
How do you feel about Randy Orton not returning at the Rumble?
I think there was so much stuff going on that night that they were keeping him safe, keeping him away, and they may be not sure exactly what direction they're going with him. I think it's highly possible if Daniel Bryan doesn't get inserted into the main event, or if Daniel Bryan doesn't end up wrestling Dolph Ziggler. I mean, I think they're flipping Sheamus heel, so I think it's very possible you could get Randy Orton versus Sheamus, or Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. But I think Randy Orton versus Sheamus is where they're going to go now, and I believe that.
That'd be pretty cool. And personally, I like Rollins, and I don't know why a lot of people hate Rollins.
I don't know. It's hard, man. A lot of the people that hate Rollins are younger, younger than you, who are like, they don't understand how good he is in the ring and stuff, and they don't like bad guys. They just like good guys, and they don't understand how good he is in the ring. But yeah, he's like he's my favorite wrestler of all the Shield members. Dean Ambrose is the most well-rounded of all three of them, but Seth Rollins, is the high flyer, the best risk taker, does the best selling. That's why that guy has the name Sells Like Seth or Sung Like Seth. So Rollins is awesome. He's not the best on the mic, but he's getting better every week. And yeah, I enjoy Rollins. I'm glad you like him. I think a lot of people do like him, but I think he was,
Yeah.
he was the most underrated when the Shield was going on for sure.
Yeah, because we went to Buffalo to go see Raw a couple of weeks ago, about November, and we seen Rollins curb stomp Orton through the stairs.
Oh, that's cool.
That was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. I'd like to talk. I'd talk about his finishing maneuver. Like, I think the curb stomp is kind of cartoony in a way. But it's more, but not not like Roman Reigns is like Superman cartoony, and Seth Rollins' curb stomp is kind of like, video game you know what I mean? Video game cartoony. I do like it. It's definitely cool. I'm just not a huge fan of the curb stomp as the finishing maneuver. I like it as a move. I wish that Seth Rollins I wish the curb stomp was his setup maneuver for a different finishing maneuver. Maybe it could be that reverse shooting star press thing he did the other day, or the super kick. Somebody could bring back the super kick. Of course, everyone else has to stop doing it since everybody and their mother's been super kicking everybody. But no, I'd like to see him use the super kick and then use the curb stomp as like a setup move, because I think it's a little cartoony like the Superman punch. But it is. But I understand that it's really cool because it's cool, man. You get stomped in the face. You get your teeth kicked in. It's like American History X,
Oh, that's a good movie. Ed Norton Jr.
Right? Your dad knows about that one. By the way, I saw the video where you were like humping the camera with your balls. That was amazing.
You like that? It's a Superman. That's a real Superman punch.
Dude, you weren't kidding. I was. You do that in a porno, that'd be great. I mean, I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to work more into. How Jenna Jameson or somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'd like Ortiz or something, but damn.
All right, man. That's the angry dad, right?
Yep.
Angry Dad. He's an angry dad.
Angry Dad on YouTube. He's got a video where he talks about disemboweling me. It's amazing. Go watch it. And what's your thing, man?
Mine's BWF Network.
BWF Network. You doing?
Yeah, me and a couple buddies wrestle backyard. We started again in April. We try to do our best. It's our dream to possibly make it to WWE one of these days.
Let me tell you something. When I watched when I was in middle school, my backyard wrestling stuff was okay, but it was real sloppy and people were rolling around a lot. We weren't that great. And then in high school, I started getting better. And then in the end of high school, I got really pretty good. And actually, I have videos of me that are up here that you guys have seen in the backyard. That's me in 12th grade. And then 2 years after that, I went to wrestling school, and then I got even better. And then I wrestled with Kofi Kingston, wrestled around New England, wrestled in Florida. And so, I mean, you will get better. You will just keep getting better the more you do it. Just be careful. Just try. Always remember, know who you're wrestling to. Some of the kids, it's hard. You get 10 kids. You might get a couple of them who know how to handle stuff. But then you'll get the kid who punches you in the throat for real, and you're like, "What are you doing, Paul? You just hit me in the throat for real." And you just don't want to get hurt because some of the kids don't know what they're doing. Some people, it's natural to them to be able to, because the wrestlers are protecting themselves. So I mean, I don't know, just be careful because I wrestled a guy in the backyard once. I never wrestled him. And he kicked me in the nuts for real. He threw me off it was crazy, man. I had glass in my bone. Yeah. So just be safe, but enjoy it. I mean, I did some crazy crap. And you guys have a good night, all right, man?
All right, you too.
All right, we'll see you. Don't try this at home, yo. But man, I wanted to kill that guy who almost hurt me in the backyard. Because you don't know what you're doing. None of these people are trained. Luckily, I never hurt anybody. All my moves, I've never been trained, but all my moves in those wrestling videos, I mean, I've never been trained. I didn't hit anybody. I didn't hurt anybody. I knew how to take care of somebody. I knew how to protect them. It's about protecting the other guy. If you're punching someone in the throat, it doesn't look good. A real punch to the throat doesn't look good, really. But a fake punch to the head done well it looks better than a real punch. So that's what's funny. Whenever you get hurt in the backyard from something or something hurts you, you're like, that's hilarious because it looked terrible and I got hurt. But then you get hit in the head with a chair and you fake it and it looks amazing and you didn't get hurt. It's weird. Dave Rose, what's up? Everybody thought you were dead, but here you are.
I'm still alive, brother.
Well, what you gonna do?
What the fuck? Ascension wins over Golden Stardust. I mean, that's what I have to go with right now above everything else from this pathetic 2-hour SmackDown episode. You fucking bastards owed us for what happened on Monday. 3 hours, and we get this bullshit tonight. Oh, live SmackDown, 2 hours. Bullshit. What do you think about Ascension winning over Golden Stardust?
Dude, the best thing of the night was, well, I'll tell you what I think about that. They're really prepping the Ascension, number one. Number two, I think Golden Stardust are going to break up by WrestleMania, I think. So they're just kind of using them out until they break up.
With all due respect, Joe.
Yes.
Get the fucking Matadoras out there. Get fucking New Day. Get some fucking worthless piece of shit tag team to face against the Ascension. Don't fucking put Golden Stardust, who have something in the limelight set up for WrestleMania with their split up. They're both amazing. They both could do such an amazing thing, even as tag teams. If they got to split up, okay, fine. But don't put them against the Ascension. This really pisses me off because as much as the Ascension has potential, you don't put them up against clearly one of the better tag teams in WWE.
I agree that the Stardust and Goldust were on the top for a while, and they should still be in the game. Unfortunately, but here's the thing: I can already see how WWE's using them, so I already know it's over. I know that it's over for Goldust and Stardust now, so that's why I actually didn't even mind that they get their ass kicked by the Ascension, because I know it's. I already have given up and know that it's over for them, and they didn't want to put the Los Matadores in there because Los Matadores may be running maybe running as a tag team for the next 3 years in the WWE. And they don't want to bury them against the Ascension, and they didn't want to bury New Day because they're still not sure what's going to happen with them. So they just didn't want to. I mean, but those teams have lost to other people, so why couldn't they get buried by Ascension? I understand that, but I think it's like Chris Jericho, man. You know, Goldust said, you know, let's sell to these guys, let's put them over, because they're going to go to WrestleMania for the tag belts, and that's it. You're going to see Ascension at WrestleMania for the tag belts. Right or wrong? I mean, I don't know if that's right. I mean, we got so many good matches with Goldust, Stardust, Shield, Usos even had a bunch of awesome matches with everybody, and the Wyatts, Luke Harper and Rowan had amazing matches with the Usos, and you know, now they're moving in the Ascension. Those other teams are gone, and Stardust and Goldust are going to break up, and you're going to see Cody Rhodes on his own. I know Goldust said he's not retiring yet, but I think soon you're going to see Goldust move into the back, real soon, and they just figure this is one of the last things they can do, put over Ascension as their tag team goes away. So I've already believed that they were going away, so I'm not as mad as you, and that's the only reason why I'm not that mad.
The biggest issue is the fact that, you know, they're using Golden Stardust for this. They could use any other tag team group, in my opinion, to put the Ascension over, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. But Golden Stardust, with the potential that they have, the fact that they could continue on.
But they don't have but they don't. Right. So there's the argument could be for you is they shouldn't break up Goldust and Stardust should be running for the tag team titles. That's
No, I don't have a problem with that. It's just that you want to put Ascension over, I have no problem. But don't use Golden Stardust. Use some other team that is bullshit.
But they're breaking them up. They're breaking them up in 2 months anyway, so they're like, fuck this. They can put somebody over before they go.
Clearly, but I mean, shit, you could easily put together fucking, I don't know, R-Truth and Fandango, and, you know, they would put them over no problem and still put a good show on. But, like, you're taking these great, and this is my problem. They're kids of Dusty Rhodes, a legend, a fucking legend. They have learned so much. They have done so much in the ring, and they're being disrespected, in my opinion, by having to put over people. Putting over people is just part of the job, period. I understand that. But when you have people that are as accomplished as Golden Stardust, as Dustin and Cody Rhodes, it bothers me that you have these people that you're bringing in from NXT who well deserved, you know, a good chance to make it out, but they're being put over some people that literally should be basically in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm not that mad about it. I mean, Goldust has put people over and then gone away and then had a run and put people over and gone away and had a run. He's done it a bunch. Cody Rhodes isn't a tag team with Goldust, so when they break up, you can easily just say they weren't working as a tag team anymore and they had problems and they weren't doing well, and that's all there is to it. They break up, then their solo careers can be whatever they are. I don't think there's a problem with them losing to the Ascension. They lost the belts to other people. They've lost to other people. They're not some super team, you know? Like, you know, if Ascension just ran over the Usos right now, you know, you should be concerned then because the Usos are one of the future teams and they have the belts and all that stuff. You know, then you should be scared. But no, this is Chris Jericho comes back and puts people over and he's a legend. All he does is come back and job to people. I'm more mad about that because he comes and jobs to every single different person. Whereas Goldust and Cody have been doing good on their own. Goldust and Stardust have been doing all right. They're on their downswing, and for their last thing, they put over the Ascension. They're going to break up.
I'll give you that one. Because Jericho definitely is Mr. Jobber #1.
Yeah.
And, you know, granted, he does a great job in trying to promote the brand and create new superstars, but that's always bothered me. He comes back every time after doing a tour with Fuzzy! And it's all just a matter of putting somebody over. It's never a matter of trying to build his story.
You just sounded like Kermit the Frog on cocaine or something. I don't know what that was. No, this is like the Undertaker, man. I mean, he put over Brock Lesnar. I mean, it's the same type of deal. You're watching Cody Rhodes and Goldust put over the Ascension, and that's all there is. Except for it's not as dramatic as the Undertaker. You know, like you're coming in visceral just then, like you're coming in like the Undertaker losing to Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Like what are they doing? You know what I mean? It's just Goldust and Cody Rhodes. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, but I get what you're saying, and they'll have their moment together before they break up. And Stardust, Cody will either continue as Stardust or he'll go back to just being Cody Rhodes. I think they're going to keep him as Stardust for a little while more. But we'll see what happens. What are they going to do with Bray Wyatt? I can't seem to figure it out. Well, WWE Pain 77. I mean, the rumors are that Bray Wyatt's going to get Undertaker. So if that happens, I still am not sold on that. I don't know if that's really going to happen. I know Dead on Dave doesn't like it.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. It's not something that I'm interested in. It only makes sense that if Undertaker's going to come back, that he faces Brock Lesnar for beating his streak and fucking up his chances maybe of winning the title, whatever the case may be. But it doesn't make any sense other than that. Why would he come and see Bray Wyatt? Where's the story build up for that?
What about I mean, Undertaker and Wyatt could do like a whole, like, you know, he's got his sister Abigail. Undertaker's got the dark side of this and that, and like they could do this whole theatrical story thing.
It could be good, but here's the thing. Yeah. Like, I really need to know this, especially from you, who is basically someone who's on the cuff of all this. Should I just ignore storyline? Should I ignore continuity? Because obviously we had the story last year with Brock and Undertaker. But if you're telling me I should just ignore that and accept a Bray Wyatt Undertaker match, I guess I will. But I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me as someone,
Wyatt,
you know.
I know it. First of all, the Undertaker, it would be kind of cool if Undertaker had his match with Wyatt, but then came back out again later, shockingly, and did something to Brock Lesnar.
Look, I'm not denying the fact that it would be fucking incredible to see Bray Wyatt, basically, I would say, to see Undertaker pass the torch to Bray Wyatt. You have a character that's unique on its own, somebody that is sort of on the fringe, that produces a character that's different and is very scary. I remember watching Undertaker 8, 9, 10 years old and seeing him come into the ring, and it's like, holy shit, this guy's fucking scary. You know, this was before the fact that I realized wrestling was, in quotations, fake. But, you know, the fact is, I saw this guy come into the ring, and it's like, wow, this guy's scary. And, you know, it's the same thing with Bray Wyatt. He's got the same characteristics, and I totally agree. It would be awesome to see them both, you know, go at a great match, especially at WrestleMania. But am I to just ignore what's happened in the past? Because that's what really bothers me, is that I love to see a tie-up for you know, the issues tonight. For example, the casket match between Bryan and Kane after all the bullshit that they've been through for the last 4 or 5 years. That's the end of their fucking feud? It's bullshit.
Yeah, it was Kane gingerly putting himself in the casket on purpose and then wiggling his butt. It was really cheesy. Listen, this is what Wyatt could say to The Undertaker. The Undertaker could actually come out and address everybody. And he could actually start talking about how maybe he's going to retire. Or he could actually start talking about everybody wants to know about WrestleMania or whatever. Or maybe he doesn't come out. Maybe Bray Wyatt just does this. But Bray Wyatt could say, no matter how it goes down, Bray Wyatt can say something like, last year, Brock Lesnar beat you, that type of thing. He beat you. But this year I'm going to end you. Like that type of thing. Like Bray Wyatt wants to end The Undertaker. He doesn't want to just beat The Undertaker. He wants to end The Undertaker and or send him to his sister. How about send him to Sister Abigail beyond the grave or something like that. And he's going to entrap The Undertaker's soul or some creepy shit like that.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But it's just, what bothers me is just, thinking, okay, I've got to let go of this previous storyline, that happened in the past. But to see a match between Wyatt and Undertaker, I think would be fucking incredible. Both of them would be able to pull such amazing promos and just have you so, oh my God, I'm just salivating thinking of it right now. Just it'd be so fucking awesome.
It would be awesome, and I just oh, I'm sorry. I thought I read some news, but I didn't. I thought they were announcing something about the Intercontinental title. But I would like to see it, and we'll see where it goes. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do have to go, Dave, and I'm glad you called because I had a lot of fun with you.
No worries, brother.
And, man, I'll talk to you on Facebook, and you have a good night, man, all right? How about, don't tell me what happened with hockey because I didn't watch any of the games tonight.
All right, man.
I got, 3 things taped. We'll see you, Dave. Dead on Dave Rose. Go check him out on YouTube. Dead on Dave Rose. Devious Dave Rose. I'm sorry. Dead on Dave is my co-host. That was not Dead on Dave. That was not Dead on Dave. That was Devious Dave Rose. Fucking goddamn it, guys. We need to change. Somebody needs to change their name. Dead on Dave, Devious Dave. And then one's name is Dave Van Cura. And then the other one's name is Dave V as well. They both get the same goddamn name. It's confusing. Oh my God, is it confusing? Anyway, guys, I made that Roman Reigns song the other day, and then this dude goes out and he edits the video, makes it look epic, and I'm going to show that to you now in just a second when we get back in a minute. It's funny. Food Chain, the all-new album from Sean Danielson, lead singer of Smile Empty Soul. Now he's going on a solo tour with his second solo EP, Food Chain. Download it now on iTunes. Listen to the interview with Sean Danielson on JoeCroninShow.com or SoundCloud or on iTunes. All right, let's get to the video. Of course, Sean Danielson. Go check out the interview. Up now on all my sites, everywhere I go. And guys, thank you very much for being here for the first in a long time SmackDown live reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed it. SmackDown was terrible, really, for the most part. Everything was bad. My favorite part of SmackDown. Let's do best part, worst part. Best part: Triple H coming out at the beginning and saying all kinds of crazy stuff and interacting with the fans in a cool way. Worst part: everything else. To a crowd of people who were waiting to watch WWE get screwed on Monday, and they had to watch garbage. Triple H was the best thing. That's terrible. All right, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy my Roman Reigns song that was remixed by Jigsaw's Puppet on YouTube. Go check out Jigsaw's Puppet. He's a crazy British bastard, and I love him. And go Manchester United. Oh my God, you gotta start this over. At the Royal Rumble, you had to win. You had to win. The crowd, they all booed. Not even The Rock could stop the cheering and hate that you got. Your hair black, Samoan attack. Oh, Roman Reigns, you make me insane. I can't get you out of my brain. You are green and bad with your words. Your promos are turds. Oh, Roman Reigns, you make me insane. Vince McMahon is to blame. They will take a stand and boo you till you're not 10. Oh, Roman, you're not the man. It's not for now, you won the Rumble. I hate you, you're terrible. Oh, Roman Reigns, you make me insane. Put a bullet in my brain. Good night. Oh my God, you gotta start this over. Out of my brain, you are green and to blame. They will take a stand and boo you till you're not 10.